Hello my friends, and welcome back. In today's live programming video, we'll be doing some work on Komorebi, the tiling window manager for Windows, written in the Rust programming language. In the last video, I was very unsure, I was very frustrated. I did not know what to do about the configuration reference. I started doing it by hand. That was very frustrating. I was missing a lot of stuff, and then I thought, I should try and generate some markdown. I had a look at that. It didn't work very well either. Then I thought, why don't I write my own SUD or JSONSchema to markdown generator. And then I thought, you know what? I actually have already the static generated website, which let's get this up on here real quick. So I have this that I generated this with JSONSchema for humans, which is actually very nice, but it's a separate thing, right? And I had to tweak this a little bit myself, and I had to get rid of things that are deprecated. So I got the output from this. I did a lot of manual tweaking. I came up with this, but I think what we can do is we can link from our main documentation page to this page, and then we can have subpages for some of these options that require further explanation, or if they need video tutorials or stuff like that. So I think that's what we're going to do, but I don't want to have to go and manually edit HTML every time we make an update. So we're going to make some changes. We are going to make some changes to how we do things in Komorebi, specifically with regards to how we generate the schema.json. So one of the annoying things is that right now, if I have an optional type in Rust, in JSONSchema, it comes out as either Boolean or null. Everything is this or null. And it's really noisy, especially when you have like this any of. It's quite annoying. So I think we can get rid of that. And then also I think this will be a lot nicer if we get rid of references. So we have all of this, right? So workspace configurations is an array of workspace config, but then you have to go and you have to find the ref. This generates a markdown link, and you're just moving up and down the page. I don't like that. I don't think anybody likes that. It'd be very nice to just click one of the explanations, like for example, active window border colors, and then just have all of this immediately when you expand the relevant option, instead of having an output that says, oh yeah, this is active window border colors, and jump here if you want to see how the object definition looks. I don't think that's a really nice experience. So in order to do this, we are going to look into schema RS. So maybe even before we look into schema RS, we can take a look very quickly at how the schema is generated. So we have a socket message, static config schema, and when we send this message via Komorebi C, we call this schema for macro, which generates a root schema using schema RS. So you pass, this is not an instantiated type, this is the struct def, I guess. And then, because we have this JSON schema annotation from schema RS derive, it generates a JSON schema for us. But Yeah, I want to change this output a little. So let's see what this is doing. Let's look at the code here. Right, so this is a macro rules macro schema for. It takes a type, and then it calls schema rs gen schema generator default into root schema for the type. All right, that gives us a place to start. So we know that we are looking for gen. Then we have schema generator. Borrows the schema settings, but it's not a mutable borrow, so we probably can't use that. Let's look at schema settings. Okay, we have an into generator. Okay, I think this is what we want. So we want to call schema rs gen schema settings. See the methods with. Oh, modifies the schema settings by calling the given function. All right, let's take this little snippet and see what we can do with it. So we are handling this here, and we pull all of this in. We need an import here. Okay, IntelliJ is catching up. So let's actually look at all of the options that are available to us. So option nullable. If true, schemas for option type T will include a nullable property. This is not part of the JSON schema spec, but is used in OpenAPI schemas. Defaults to false. Okay. Option add null type. If true, schemas for option type T will have null added to that type. Defaults to true. So I think we want to set this to false. Option nullable false. We want anything with null, we want to be false. Inline schemas. Inline all subschemas instead of using references. This is the one we want. This is also the one we want. So inline subschemas is true. Yeah. Ooh, okay. So we now have a schema generator, and then the generator should have a method into... wait. Which was the method called here? Into root schema for type. Let's just yoink that. So then we'll do gen into root schema for type, and our type is going to be static config. And then this is going to be a new socket message. Let's see how this looks. Hey, I think that just about did it. All right, so cargo check. Cargo double check, I guess. Nice. Damn, that tea is hot. So, that I think looks pretty good. The next thing I want to do is get rid of... Okay, so I want to do this a very specific way. So if a user passes a deprecated option, I still want that to be processed, right? Because this is not going to be a breaking change. So we still need to maintain backward compatibility. However, I just don't want it showing up so that new people are, you know, they're not going to use it, because if it's not in the docs, they won't use it, you know? So I guess that's kind of how I want to handle deprecations, documentation deprecations, I guess we can call them, to dissuade, that's a good word, to dissuade people from using them. So I have deprecated, yeah. So we can do skip serializing. And here as well, we can do skip serializing. And the new one that we are deprecating is the alt hack. No longer required. And this can be skip serializing. Great. However, schema rs derive, derive macro, here we go. So we can have schema rs attributes. I don't know where to find the details of those attributes, so let's do schema rs derive. It doesn't have docs. I guess we are gonna dive around in the source. I really don't like reading proc macro code. It's so confusing. Is there a skip? Wait, schema rs skip. Graham, cool. Oh, here we go. I should have just gone to this docs website. I like the website name, by the way, graham.cool. Very cool, Graham. Schema rs is indeed very, very cool. So we have supported cert attributes. Set on a variant. Oh, so these are the same thing. I guess the schema rs skip. Oh, okay, but I put this. Set on a field struct to set the write only property on that field schema. Never serialize or deserialize. So I mean, let's see what happens if we do both of these, right? So we use skip serializing from sud, and schema rs will... I would like to see the source for that though. Skip. Schema rs to sud. Oh, sweet. From this test, it looks like you can do both. You can do schema rs skip and sud skip serializing. So that's what we'll do. All right, so we'll do, what does the order matter? I'll put schema rs on top. Oh, not like that, but like that. So deprecated do schema rs skip, deprecated again, schema rs skip. Okay, I think we got them 1, 2, 3. So those should no longer show up when we are generating our schema. I hope. Trying to think if I missed anything. I don't think I missed anything. Alright, let's, why don't we try this on out? So, Komorebi stop, just install target Komorebi. I really, like, before version 21, when we start working on version 21, I really want to split this Komorebi crate out into a library and a crate, where the library is just calling start, and then I won't have to respond to a message to generate the schema, because I can just get that type out of the library. You know what I mean? I don't know, sometimes I feel like this happens to me quite a lot. I build something thinking it's going to be, oh, it's just for me, I can do everything in a binary crate, and it gets bigger than I thought it would get, and then I am just kicking that can down the road of like, oh my god, I need to separate this out into a library and a binary. And quite a few people have actually asked if I can expose the window manager types as a library as well. So yeah, stay tuned. That'll be something we do in the lead up to the 0.1.21 release, but first we have to get through 0.1.20. So we've installed that. We'll do Komorebi start. And let's do Komorebi C. What is it called? Static config schema. Yep, that's the one. Let's pipe that out into schema.json. And let's have a look here. We got some changes. So before, this was type boolean null. Now it's a lot cleaner. It's boolean. This as well. This used to be any of a reference where you have to go and click a link, or null. Now it is not an any of. It's just, this is what is required. I think this makes for much nicer documentation. Damn, this is nice. I like it. And then we got the enums, we got the different enum types. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I am pretty happy with this. So the next thing here is gonna be to use where'd it go? JSON schema for humans. JSON schema for humans. Very nice. So I already have this installed on Windows. Thankfully, it installed via pip. But okay, so we do JSON schema for humans, generate schema doc options. So what are the... Where are the... There we go, okay. So you have config, and then I guess you pass this as many times as you want. We have some documentation here, I guess. Oh, that's cool. This is what you can put in config. I've played around with this a little bit before. I think we just want the plain old HTML template. I guess it's a JavaScript template. JS. Oh, what's flat? Maybe we can try that out. So I mean, let's see the latest one that I used. Generate schema doc. So the template was, the last one I used was JS offline. Why don't we see what the flat template looks like? Yeah, why don't we see what that looks like? Can I open this in... Ooh, there's a built-in browser view. I didn't know that. Oh snap, this is... Oh, that gets... It's very nice, but it jumps around a lot, you know? I think it might be better if we did just do the JS template. Or is it JS offline? Yeah, because then I can cache all the stuff as well. Does this get updated? Yes, it does. See, I think this will be a bit more approachable if we are able to, yeah, just click and hide. And so here, like you see active window border colors, you see everything that is required, and it's all there and it's all nested. And this is specifically, I think, very useful, like when people are coming to border overflow applications. Each item of this array must be like this, right? And then you have the different enums. Unfortunately, it does not contain the documentation on these, but I think enum variants are pretty easy to read. But this is in the schema, right? If we go and take a look at the schema, this is, there are multiple uses of ID with identifier. And like, I don't want somebody to have to click and go and jump somewhere else to ID with identifier. So if I look at float rules now, which also takes an array of objects of type ID with identifier, it's just here, right? And like, I think what I like about this is that it's not leaking too much of the internal type implementation details to the end user that just wants to set some goddamn float rules, you know? So that's kind of how I see it. So this is, I think this is very nice. I think this is very, very nice. And then, yeah, going forward, so what did I do last here? Let's bring these here. So already for the configuration reference, I put this here, but I think I'll do here. I'll call this JSONSchema reference, and I'll have to come up with a way to automatically do this. Right now, I'm just dragging the compiled assets here into a box on Cloudflare Pages and uploading it. We can do that at a later date. It's not going to change too much, so I don't mind doing it like that for now. Configuration JSON schema reference, and then that will work as a link. And then we can have other things here that is like a bit more specific. So like identifying applications, and we can have some pages about, here are some good ways to identify, I don't know, how to get the class of a window. If an application is behaving like this, maybe you need to set this rule, and stuff like that. So I think this is a really good place for us to start to wrap on up. So why don't we head over to the sponsor page and express some gratitude to all of the lovely sponsors that help keep this project afloat. Thank you so much to private sponsor number 1, private sponsor number 2. Thank you also and equally to EFL1P, Julian, Evan, Maxwell, Red Lobster, Darian, Leandro, Alex, Kwang, Surefire, Pavel, and Yasuyuki. Thank you so much, my friends. If you too would like to become a sponsor, head on over to the sponsor page. You can be a one-time sponsor, you can be a monthly sponsor, and honestly, even if it's just $1 a month, $1 one time, it makes a huge difference to me. If, however, you are not in a position to become a sponsor, you can still help out, because the very next best thing that you can do is hit subscribe on the YouTube channel where you are watching this video right now. So, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Keep on watching the videos. We're about 100 watch hours away from full monetization. That means I will finally start getting a couple of pennies, a couple of cents actually, since I now live in the US, from all of the ads that play on the tutorial videos, of which there will be more coming. The NixOS videos, the live development videos, all of it. And if you have not watched a video for a while, you may have noticed that this channel here, which is now GZ Codes, it does not have my Let's Plays or new Let's Plays anymore. I have a dedicated channel for that called GZ Plays, where right now we are playing The Lies of P. So if you did enjoy the Let's Plays, head on over here and hit subscribe as well. Alright, my friends, I hope that whatever you all do today, you have a great day. Free Palestine, and I'll see you all back here next time.